with a messy little face.
Hi Virgo, welcome to March 2015. Now in March, you have your full moon, and it's on the 5th. And this is an awesome moon. The sun is at almost 15 degrees Pisces. The moon is at almost 15 degrees Virgo. They've passed nebulous Neptune, and Pluto is at 15 degrees Capricorn, and Pluto is in harmonious energy flow with both lights, the sun and the moon. So this is excellent for romance. It's great for creative self-expression. It's great for taking risks, putting yourself out there. And with Pluto in harmonious energy flow with the moon and the sun, this is empowering you to regenerate yourself, regenerate your identity, make self-improvements, own your power, claim your power. It's good for relationships. Pisces rules the 7th house for you. It rules the area of other people, relationships. Now, in March, you may be feeling annoyed by the constant shifting of the tides. That's because many of you are experiencing Neptune oppose your sun, or Neptune oppose your planets in Virgo, whether it's the sun, the moon, Mercury, depending on where your planets are. Neptune is at 7 degrees, so Neptune will be getting up to about 10 degrees before it retrogrades. How do you know you're in a Neptune cycle? You're tired, you can feel overwhelmed, you don't feel effective. The reason is because the ego, and we have to have a healthy ego, draws its energy from the sun. The sun is the center of astrology. The sun is the center of the universe. The sun is the center, the heart and soul of the chart. It's what drives your entire natal birth chart. When Neptune is opposing the sun, it's taking the energy from the sun. It's washing over you. And when Neptune is in opposition, it's not a good time to start a relationship. It's not a good time to start a new business. It's not the time to make major life decisions because the energy just isn't there. Neptune takes the energy from the sun. Neptune represents levels of God consciousness that are beyond the human ego. So when Neptune is in aspect with your natal planets, it's like you're in the hands of God, yet the outer ambition and desire for greater abundance or success or achievement or marriage, it's not a good time to get married or start a new business or really put yourself out there, because it's a time for reflection, it's a time for meditation, it's a time to rest and recharge your batteries. It's not a time to push ahead. So the reason I'm bringing this up, because many of the Virgos I'm working with are coming from or coming out of a really powerful, supportive Pluto cycle, and they're heading into a Neptune cycle, and the Neptune cycle is not the time to really put yourself out there and be very physical in the world. Starting a business requires a lot of physical energy. It's 80 hours a week minimum. And if you don't have that kind of energy, then you won't get the results you want, and therefore it will lead to disappointment. With Neptune moving through the 7th house of marriage and partnership, you can fantasize about someone and think they're absolutely fabulous, and come to find out they couldn't speak the truth if their life depended on it. And so, you know, the reason I'm bringing this up is because you're heading into the Pisces cycle now, and this energy is going to be really strong. Now, not all Virgos are experiencing the Neptune. Many of you have already experienced it. Many of you will experience it in years from now. However, for those of you in it right now, you're tired. Every time you try to start something new, it doesn't turn out the way you want it to. Or if you meet someone new, you come to find out they got a drug problem, a drinking problem, a lying problem, And so this is a very intense, powerful energy. When Neptune is with you, it's about merging with your soul self. It's about merging with heaven. It's about merging with God. It's not about human relationships. When we project our Neptune onto other people, it always leads to disappointment. So, in other words, are you in love with love? Are you in love with the idea of someone? Are you in love with the idea of relationship? Are you in love with the idea of starting a new business or a new project? And that's okay, except when you are projecting Neptune out, you don't act effectively. So the best way to navigate Neptune is to rest, recharge your batteries. Don't be attached to the external world. Don't be out there trying to accomplish and be ambitious and achieve. It's not the time to do it with Neptune around. Yes, you can do it if you're in a Pluto cycle. Absolutely. And this is your full moon for the year. And this is an awesome full moon. And that speaks well for you. However, for those of you embattled with Neptune, it's not the time to start something new. And what happens is when Neptune lifts off, you see the truth of the situation. You see the truth of the individual. You see the truth of what's really going on. And many times, and I've been doing this work for decades, with Neptune like this in opposition to your personal planets, you would save more money and better use of your time and energy had you not taken any action. Had you just held the reins, had you just held your place, like just held on to where you were, what you were doing, without making major moves. So it's like you will be in a stronger position, in a better position, had you not tried to implement big moves during Neptune opposed your Sun. So if you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like, you don't know where things are going, you may be in a Neptune cycle. And with Neptune, it takes a couple years, like Pluto. You got to wait it out. It's a waiting game. Once that energy moves off, you have clarity again. Your energy returns, and that's the time to take action. That's the time to start a new relationship. That's the time to start a new business. That's the time to go back to school. Whatever big moves you want to make, you want to make sure you're doing it after Neptune has finished with your Sun or your Venus or your Mercury. And, if you go to my website, you can order the timeline report and know your timing and know your transits. That's the power of astrology. When you know your timing and you know your cycles, then you don't push. Then you don't act ineffectively because you know what's going on. You know what's really happening. And this is really important because we have no control over what the planets are doing. Your power lies in how you use this energy. And when Neptune is opposing your personal planets, it's about a relationship with God and your relationship to your higher power and your relationship to your soul self. It's not about merging with other people. And the test comes because you can want relationship really bad and you can be fantasizing about it and then come to find out the person was not honest with you, or you weren't clear, they weren't clear. There's no clarity when Neptune is in opposition. Now, for those of you past it and you're in a Pluto cycle of empowerment, this is the time to take action. This is the time to regenerate your life. This is the time to move. This is the time to start a new relationship. This is the time to start a new business. So be aware of your energy. How are you feeling? What's been going on with you? Are you taking action and the results, you're getting the results you want? If you are, you're in a powerful Pluto cycle. If you're not, then you could be working with Neptune. The only way to know that is to run your transits. That's where the planets are right now, aspecting your natal chart. That will tell you where Neptune is in your personal natal birth chart and what your Neptune cycle is. And you want to ride the wave of Neptune. You don't want to be pulled by the undertow and lost at sea and feeling ineffective in what you're trying to do, which leads to disappointment. You're not here to be disappointed. You're an awesome sign. You're hardworking. You're the salt of the earth. And you deserve the best. You need to know your timing. You need to know where Pluto is in your chart, where Neptune is in your chart. Also Saturn. But Saturn's actually easier because with Saturn, you know you're being limited. You know you're being held back. With Saturn, you know you're being challenged. You can work with that. You can work with Saturn because Saturn requires long hours of hard work, but Saturn delivers. With Neptune, it's a completely different energy. Neptune rules the movie industry, it rules the music industry, it rules fantasy. And so with Neptune, you're the star of your own movie and you don't know it. No one told you. You're in a movie. You're not in reality. And so with Neptune, it's very misleading because things can appear to look good. The sun is shining. Everything looks nice. Come to find out, you're in a fantasy. And so, you know, it's really important to know your cycles. And for you, Virgo, it's really important to know where Neptune is. Pluto is empowering you, yes. But if Neptune's washing over you, you can be lost at sea. Saturn is retrograding on March 14th at about 5 degrees Sagittarius. So those of you in the first few days of Virgo are totally working with Saturn. You've already passed the Neptune cycle. Those born in the first 5 days of Virgo, you've already passed your Neptune. Now you're working with Saturn. I'd rather work with Saturn because at least I'm not in fantasy land with Saturn. I know it's reality. I know it's working with my limitations, working with the structures, and, you know, working with the tools that I have to improve what I'm doing. And so Saturn's actually easier, I feel, to navigate than Neptune. Neptune is the hardest because you don't know that you're in a fantasy. You don't know that you don't have all the facts. You don't know that people aren't telling you the truth. You want to believe in them. You want to believe that your dream is real. And so this is a very weird energy. Saturn and Neptune are squaring too here. And so it's a challenge. And Neptune's stronger because Neptune rules Pisces and Neptune is in Pisces. So Neptune is actually stronger than Saturn right now. Saturn doesn't rule Sagittarius. He rules Capricorn. So in Sagittarius, he's not as strong. And now that he's retrograde, he doesn't have his full strength. March 14th on, Saturn retrogrades to about August 1st or 2nd, depending on where you live on the planet. So if you're in those first 5 days of Virgo, you're really working with Saturn. And that's okay, because Saturn is grooming you to be empowered, to be effective, to be successful. It's just not fun. He's not a fun guy. But I'd rather be with grumpy old Saturn than off in some Hollywood movie that I didn't know I was in. And so be aware of the energies. Be aware. It's really important to know your natal birth chart and to know where the planets are. And if you go to my website, you can order the Astro Talk. That'll give you a really strong, in-depth analysis of your natal birth chart. If you order the timeline report, you can get your transits and know where Neptune is, know where Pluto is, know where Saturn is. And that can empower you to really ride the wave in these coming months. You do have an excellent full moon here on the 5th, and that's your full moon for 2015. You won't get another one till 2016. And it's an awesome one. It's really good. Now, Pluto and Uranus are making their final square here on March 16th and 17th, depending on where you live on the planet. Yay! For you, it hasn't been bad because Pluto is in Capricorn and Pluto is a sister sign. So Pluto is in harmonious energy flow with your Virgo planets. And that's awesome. And this is the last Pluto-Uranus square. They're going to begin to separate, and they're going to have a 5-degree orb of separation throughout the rest of this year. By the end of the year, they'll only be separated by 2 degrees. That's what I mean by the energy is going to be around for a while, although a 5-degree orb of separation really gives everybody room to breathe, a room to acknowledge the growth that you've done, and that you can now relax a bit with these energies, this Pluto-Uranus life-changing energy. Pluto will retrograde April 16th through September 24th. Pluto will get up to about 16 degrees Capricorn. And again, this is very good for you because Pluto is in the area of love and creative self-expression, and it is in harmony with your Virgo planets. Uranus gets up to about 21 degrees Aries and will retrograde July 26th through December 25th. And that gives, like I said, about a 5-degree orb of separation between these two gangsters, and it gives people a chance to breathe and relax from the incredible growth and striving that's been going on. Venus will enter Taurus on March 17th, and Taurus is a sister sign for you. So this is positive energy pouring into your Virgo planets. The Pisces new moon, which is a total solar eclipse, is happening now on March 20th. And this is a supermoon, and it's a total solar eclipse here on March 20th. And that's happening in the area of relationships for you. So the eclipses are going to begin to move from Aries, Libra into Pisces, Virgo. You're a major player here now coming up into these eclipses, and the nodes are going to move by the fall into Virgo, Pisces. And this eclipse is actually in harmonious energy flow with Saturn in the area of your foundation. And that's pretty good, having Saturn in the area of your foundation in harmonious energy flow with the sun and the moon. Now, the sun and the moon are at 29 degrees Pisces, 27 minutes, so it's right at the end, just like the one that just happened in February with the Aquarius Pisces supermoon, which was a new moon. It was right at the end of 29 degrees, 59 minutes Aquarius, and then a minute later went into Pisces. Just, you know, crazy. And now this one is happening in the area of relationships for you. So this is about completions and beginnings. So for some of you, it can be the start of a new relationship. For some of you, it is about evaluating your relationships. Now, yes, we can talk about romantic, but we're also talking about business, we're talking about friendships, we're talking about your relationship to other people. What needs to be completed here? What needs to be new? And this is really important because relationships are mirrors. So you want to look at the feedback you're getting from other people. Are you getting the feedback that you want? Are you feeling empowered from your relationships? Are you feeling in charge of your life and in the relationships that you want to be? Personal, professional, friend. You're really looking at your relationships here in March. And this is a good time to do it. Now, a minute after the eclipse in Pisces, the moon moves right into Aries, and then 13 hours later, the sun moves into Aries, and you have the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, and you have the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. And in astrology, we consider it the first day of the year. So it's our Happy New Year for Western astrology. So this is a very powerful day. You have the Pisces solar eclipse, which is a new moon, but it's at the end, and Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, which is all about finishing up, making completions. and it's in the area of relationships for you. So this is about your relationship to other people. This is about your relationship to yourself. This is about your relationship to source. This is about your relationship to your work. This is about your relationship to your money. This is about your relationship to your environment. So you're looking at your entire universe and you're evaluating your relationship with everyone and everything. What do you need to complete now? Where is there new beginnings for you? This is a very powerful day. And Mercury enters Aries on March 30th, and Mercury is your ruling planet. Mercury is moving very fast here in March. Mercury entered Pisces on the 11th, relationships. And now on the 30th, 19 days later, your ruling planet moves into Aries. So you're going through a lot of changes here in March. And you finish March with Mars in Taurus. Mars enters Taurus on the 31st. That's very positive for you, because as the divine lovers, Venus and Mars, and then your ruling planet, move into the area of future vision, spirituality. Taurus rules the area of spirituality for you. Long distance travel, expansion of consciousness. As planets move more into Taurus for you, they will harmonize with Pluto, forming a grand trine to your planets in Virgo. Harmonious energy flow, grand trine, very positive. And you will see the reward for your hard work. Anything Neptune takes away will be given back to you as soon as Neptune moves off. It's how it works. The reason is because you're a great spiritual being. You are not your work. You are not your money. You are not even your astrology. About this much fits into your body. You have a giant causal body. You are these enormous earth angels, Virgo, here on earth. And when we're going through a Neptune cycle, God likes to see who's really on team creator. Are you really with me, or are you only with me during the good times? Are you only with me when, I give you what you want? This is not me talking. This is creator. And creator says, I got you. I don't want you being distracted by worldly things. I don't want you to be distracted by other people. I want you to merge with me. I want you to come to me for everything you want. Creator, not me. I want you to go to God for everything. Okay? And so when we're in a cycle like that, that's what's required. But as soon as it moves off, everything you've been dreaming, everything you've been scheming will be given to you, and then tenfold. So when Neptune's opposing the sun, what it does is it raises your vibration. And the greatest gift you can give to the planet is to raise your vibration. The greatest gift you can give yourself is to raise your vibration, raise your frequency, raise your energy. Because that's all you take with you when you leave. You don't take your money, you don't take your fame, you don't take your fortune, you don't take your relationships, you don't take your house. You leave all that behind. Everything here is on loan to us. Even the body you wear is on loan to you. And so anything that's been denied or held back will be given to you once this Neptune moves on. And that's how it works. So this is a time for you to really look at what you're investing yourself in. Who are you investing in? How's that working for you? What is your return on investment? Are you taking time to take care of you? Are you taking time to meditate? Are you taking time to really work on your health, well-being, and vitality? If you're doing those things, then you're going to be able to maintain things pretty darn good. And, things will improve and get better. You have a great full moon, and even the Pisces solar eclipse is in harmony with Saturn. It is in a bit of a challenge with Jupiter, but that's okay. For you, it's about behind the scenes. Things are really going to shift for the Virgo, come, Jupiter entering your sign this summer. And that will bring new opportunity for you. That will bring new gifts for you. And timing is everything. So it's really important to know your timing. When I look at this month for you, Pluto is in that area of love. And if you're not in a massive Neptune cycle, it is a good time to meet someone new. If you're already coupled, it will keep the relationship strong. It just depends on what's right for you. And if you've outgrown the relationship, or if you are in a relationship that's where you're giving more than you're receiving, this Pisces eclipse is going to bring that to your attention. Because this Pisces solar eclipse that's happening is really awakening the area of relationships for you. And then there's going to be a total lunar eclipse on April 4th, and that's going to happen in the area of what you love and value. It's in Libra. And so there's some sort of adjustment that you need to make in regards to relationships in order to increase your self-esteem, your self-worth, and your financial picture. So there's something happening here where it is about you loving you more than the need for relationship, loving you more than the need for having this person in your life. Unless that person is really on Team Virgo. If the person is on Team Virgo, great, keep them in your life. If the person is not, what are you doing there? And this is something that the universe is going to show you is, is it time to move on from a situation? Is it time to move on from a relationship? Is it time to move on from something that is no longer serving you? Eclipses are the most powerful transits we can experience. They herald major beginnings and major completions. With Mars moving into the area of long-distance travel and higher consciousness, this is a good time for you to travel. And that comes in at the end of the month and will be on all of April. So really look at where you're at here in March. What's working for you? If something's not working for you, let it go. If it is working for you, then great, awesome. Money looks good. There isn't any challenges to the money. Where I'm seeing the challenge come in is if you're in a negative relationship and you're not taking action to empower yourself, that can affect the resources. Spiritually, you are growing. Oh my goodness. It is so powerful, Virgo. You are coming up in vibration. You are raising your consciousness. You are expanding consciousness. You are coming up higher. And all of the sacrificing you have had to do, all of the adapt to this change, adapt to that change, adapt to this, adapt to that, is going to pay off for you. Big time. It will pay off. So let go of what no longer serves you. Let go and soar higher. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, and sharing my podcasts and Google Plus in them. Virgo, you're so awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your transits, it's very easy. You go to the Astrology service link below. You purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule. You get scheduled. Or if there's a particular area you want coaching on and you want for me to work with you, it's very easy. You go to my coaching service page, you purchase your session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule. You get scheduled. So we're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Virgo, if something's not working, let it go. March is a magnificent month to let go of what no longer serves you. Whether it's a belief, or an ideal, or a structure, or a relationship, or a job situation, let it go. Let go of what no longer serves you, and you will soar higher. Let it go, can't hold it back anymore. let it go, let it go, and I'll rise like the break of dawn. Here I stand in the light of day, let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway.